My name's John Watson. I live in Greenwich borough. I've lived on and off with a couple of spells away. I've lived here virtually all my life, which is 50 odd years and more. We've got two nice areas of woodland close by, Boston Woods and Lesness Abbey, and we go up there every day because we've got 3 dogs, and that's one of the things that keeps us in the area actually. There's two things really: the actual sporting, the competitive side of it, and there's also the social side, because over the years there's been a hardcore of people coming to the club regularly, and we get to be quite friendly, so it's a joint thing really, social and competitive. I've been sort of running it for quite some time, but it started a long time ago. I think it was 1954. Young's, which is the name of the club, was actually a joinery firm nearby, and in those days lots of little companies had their own table and they would put teams in leagues. So that's how it started, a joinery company which has long since gone, and we've moved 3 times to our current venue. Quite a lot of changes really, slight sort of breakdown in what's called neighbourhood values and that. Even like 20 years ago you would know most of your neighbours, whereas now quite a lot of them you barely know by sight, which I think is a detrimental thing. So the actual sort of changing population, lots of properties buy to let, so people come there for 6 months and then they're gone again, so you don't quite get to know people. That has really been the biggest change, increase in traffic over the course of my lifetime, whereas when I was young not many people had cars, and now you can't sort of park anywhere around here. So it's got mixed views. It's exciting in a way to have it in this country, but I suppose like a lot of people I'm worried about the cost. We obviously know that we're going to end up paying for it somehow. I don't think we can really compete with what's what China did before. A little bit of a concern, we might look sort of not exactly second rate, but it may not compare that favourably, I think. So I've got mixed views, yeah. Well, the obvious one for me would be the table tennis. My wife's always been interested in horses, and my daughter as well. So we'd probably go and see the equestrian as well, which, if possible. The only one I do now is the table tennis. I used to have to give up squash and tennis for joint problems. On TV, don't get much table tennis on the regular channel, so the main thing for me would be the football. Well, I suppose my dad started me. He played both tennis, which is what I started, and table tennis. So that was the very first thing. And after that, my first coach, I suppose, when I first started playing table tennis, I still remember him very well. He's long since gone now. So I suppose my dad and my first coach would be it, yeah. Well, there's always talk about legacy. That seems to be the buzzword. So we can only hope that we get some sort of facilities left behind. I don't actually hold out much hope that my sport of table tennis will actually benefit at all, because there's so far in the build-up to Olympics there's been nothing at all, and I don't really expect that to change. But hopefully, if people in other major sports, they might benefit from new stadium and facilities.